Okay, so I'm starting to really like recording from my little chair in my little corner of my room because people leave me alone in here. Except I need a little something on the wall. I just don't know what yet. We'll talk about that another time. What I'm here to tell you about today, and over the next week or so, however long it takes me. So out of sheer coincidence, I am reading two books that happen to be orange, that happen to both follow Native American stories. So I thought I would vlog as I read both of these, and I'm kind of trying to read them equally. I just started both of them. I thought I'd kind of vlog along the way and talk about similarities, differences, whatever I come up with. Because I'm already kind of seeing some parallels between the two, and I'm finding them really interesting. So let me tell you a little bit more about the books I'm reading. The first one is They're There by Tommy Orange. This is a fiction story about a number of Native American communities kind of coming together in Oakland, California for this, I think it's an annual powwow. So what this kind of character does is they interview different Native Americans, either that live in Oakland or are coming to this powwow. And you'll go from there. It's written a little different, but I'm really liking it so far. But this is the fiction book that I have of the two. And then the nonfiction I have are Killers of the Flower Moon, The Osage Murders and the Birth of the FBI by David Gran. Obviously this follows some murders of a few Indians on the Osage Reservation back in the 1920s and where it goes from there. So this is the nonfiction book. Interesting parallels I'm seeing already is a little bit of a in-your-face reality of how Native Americans were treated for the last few hundred years, 300 years, however long it's been. So I like that it's called out, and it is like in both of them, in your face called out, like hard to kind of stomach at times. I'm already kind of annotating there because there's some good lines in here that I just want to keep in mind because it just keeps me in check. So this is from the perspective, I think every chapter is kind of changing characters from what I'm understanding so far. But this specific character's perspective, he says, we've been defined by everyone else and continue to be slandered despite easy to look up on the internet facts about the realities of our histories and the current state as people. Like, hello, yes, our pop culture has defined what we think of as Indian. So it says, we have the sad, defeated Indian silhouette and the heads rolling down the temple stairs. We have it in our heads that Kevin Costner is saving us, John Wayne's six-shooter slaying us, and an Italian guy named Iron Eyes Cody playing our parts in movies. We have the literal mourning, tear-ridden Indian in the commercial, and the sink-tossing, crazy Indian who is the narrator in the novel and the voice of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. We have all the logos and the mascots, the copy of an image of an Indian in a textbook, all the way from the top of Canada and the top of Alaska down to the bottom of South America. Indians were removed and then reduced to a feathered image. Yeah, they were. So I, again, am truly enjoying both of these. I don't really have a goal. I'm kind of thinking about going through and giving myself a goal every day of how far to get because the chapters don't necessarily line up with like page numbers. There is written, there's a lot of little breaks in it because within one chapter it'll kind of go back and forth in time. So it's just a little different. And then obviously the nonfiction, yeah, there's pictures. I like pictures. I think there's a map in one of them. It's fabulous. The weight and the feel of this book, I don't know what it is, but I'm loving it. Like, I just want to carry it everywhere. I don't know what it is. It's not really a floppy paperback. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm loving it. So anyways, those are the two I'm reading right now. You're going to come with me. We are currently, what is today? Wednesday? I'm all messed up because I had off on Monday. So it's Wednesday today. I would love to get these done by the end of the weekend. That would be fantastic. So yeah, I'll check in with you as I go. Hello, friends. So this is the part of the vlog where real life comes out, right? Come on, Snickers. Snickers is trying to decide if she wants to sit on my lap or not. It's quite the decision. So today has been a really rough one because my grandfather passed away very early this morning. He was 87, and him and I shared a birthday. And I grew up with this man. I grew up on a dairy farm that him and my dad farmed together, so I saw him literally every day of my childhood. So I was very close with him, loved him so tremendously, but the last few years have been rough, and so he's in a much better place and at peace, and that makes me happy. But I'm very selfishly going to miss him so much. So today has been a little rough, but I find myself drawn to books just to, I don't know, relax, cope. Whatever it is, it's my own little therapy. So I actually made some good progress today. In There, I'm about 100 pages in, as I was kind of reading in and out of stuff today. So I don't know if I'm going to get these done as fast as I had originally intended, but you never know. We'll see. So not a whole lot of parallels as of this moment since I last talked to you. There is every chapter revolves around a different character. So you're kind of learning a little bit about life from a variety of Native American perspectives, and not all of them are full, like 100% Native American, and they've all had obviously very different experiences, but it is all centering around this powwow in Oakland. So I have a feeling they'll kind of all come together. I'm not really sure. I find myself, it depends on what character perspective I'm reading from. The last one I read I really liked. The one before that was kind of okay. And then Killers of a Flower Moon, I am about 70 pages into that one. And this one is a lot more about the history of kind of the Osage tribe and like when oil was discovered, how they ended up there, that kind of stuff. So we're getting a lot of the history pieces of it. I don't know why she's so loud, but she is. So we're getting into that one. I think I'm going to keep reading this one and try to get to 100 pages tonight, because I think that would be a good place to kind of stop. I wonder how close. There is 290 pages. And Killers of a Flower Moon is, because it's nonfiction, so we have a lot of stuff back here, 316. So pretty similar. Not too bad. So we're going to keep reading. I will check in with you probably tomorrow and let you know where I'm at. So we'll see you soon. Hello, my friends. Same chair as last night, but it's a different day. I had some time to read this morning, which is pretty nice. Nice quiet house. It was snowing before, like really big, pretty flakes. Now they're just little ones, but it's a nice, quiet little snowy morning. So I am about 100 pages into There, and then I've now got about 110 pages into Killers of the Flower Moon. And what's interesting right now is I'm getting kind of the history of what our government kind of did, and then how they justified moving various Indian tribes to where they did. And then as far as I guess, kind of the restrictions they had, the aid that they were quote unquote given. So I'm getting a lot of the historical pieces of that then ties to some of the things in this book as far as like how they feel about things and how not how they justify, I don't want to use that word, but kind of just why they feel the way that they feel, and why some of the people in this book are very adamant about keeping their traditions, because in this book it's very evident that we really try to get rid of all of their customs and really force their assimilation into the the American culture. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. So, it's interesting that I'm getting, the information out of one that's going to kind of support why people think things in this one. So I like that little parallel and that little added backstory to these two books. So yes, I think my total pages for both of them is about 600. I'm about 200 pages into it, so a third of the way. We'll see how far I get today. I'm going to make some cookies today because my daughter is having some friends over tonight for a sleepover. I'm not sure what else is going on today. Things are kind of still up in the air as far as if I need to help out with my family at all. But yeah, we're still having 10 fifth graders over here tonight. So I'm going to make some cookies for them. I got to go pick up some snacks for them. And kind of prep the house, but I thought I would take advantage of the quiet while I had it. Snickers is laying on my lap. I'm not sure where Stormy is. He's probably down in his little cat condo sleeping, because I'm sure this is their normal nap time. So, all right, I will check in with you hopefully later and let you know how far I am. I don't know if you can see it, but like the biggest snowflakes are falling right now. And it's beautiful. That's all. All right. So it is Sunday night. Haven't read a ton, but I'm reading now. It's fairly early-ish, but I am like in bed and ready to fall asleep. So I read a couple more chapters of Killers of the Flower Moon. So we've got the FBI is now established. J. Edgar Hoover is running it, and he has sent agents to the Osage Reservation to start kind of investigating these murders. I think we're up to like 26 people that have been murdered, like shot or poisoned or something like that. So they have some people undercover. They're starting to uncover some things, so it's getting really good. So then I switched to They're There, and I'm in the midst, it's the interlude chapter, so it's kind of between characters right now. And it's talking about where all these people come from to get to these powwows, and one of them is the Osage Reservation. So there's another little parallel between these two books. It's kind of crazy. So I don't have a whole lot left in me. I think I'm gonna read maybe a couple chapters and then like I am ready for bed. So I was hoping to have these done this weekend, but life, right? So we're gonna keep going. I'm like more than halfway on there, and I'm getting to about halfway on Killers of the Flower Moon. So it's a slow burns, but still really good. So hopefully I will check in with you guys shortly. All right, so I just finished They're There by Tommy Orange, and I don't really like it. So this follows a number of different characters who are all kind of planning to go to this powwow in Oakland. I enjoyed the first half, getting to know these characters. I enjoyed some characters more than others. But I really don't like how this ended. I'm very confused. I don't know. I just don't know. So, like, am I missing something? I mean, for some characters, it all kind of wrapped up, but, like, what? What just happened? So, not that I always have to have a book that ties up into a nice pretty bow at the end with every question answered, but like this left me with like 0 questions answered. Like none. It's like he just stopped writing. So I'm not a huge fan. This is for our Barnes and Noble book club discussion. We kind of have our own little rogue book club that meets on Monday. So yeah, lots to talk about here, for sure. And then I haven't picked this up in a little bit, so I am almost done with this one, with Killers of the Flower Moon, which I am thoroughly enjoying, way better than They're There. That is for sure. Let me see how far I have to go. That much, so I'm on like one, I don't know. Hold please. Page number is this? So 305, and I'm on 175. So I'm about halfway to finish this one up. Really liking this. Cannot believe that this really happened. Like, holy shit. We're getting into the part where like the FBI has like kind of just started, and now they've sent a team to the Osage reservation to kind of start investigating what the heck is going on, and they're starting to come up with some theories, and it's fabulous. So we're gonna keep going with this. My current situation is, well, I have a kitty on my lap somewhere in here. I do need to do some cleaning today, but I think I'll read a chapter, clean a little bit, read a chapter, clean a little bit, and kind of see how far I get in this one. I would love to finish this book. I feel like these are taking me a little longer than I had planned, but that's okay. So I'll let you know what I think of this when I'm done, but for now, I just don't know. I'm going to have to noodle that a little bit longer, that's for sure. So I'll check in with you soon. Okay, so after a few more days, I finally finished Killers of the Flower Moon. I liked that book a lot better than They're There. And honestly, it's been a few days, so I have to like really think on it. I've already borrowed the book to somebody at work because it is for my work's book club, which is in a couple of weeks, and so I'm totally fine. The more people I can get to read it and talk about it, the better. But I really enjoyed that book. I enjoyed learning about kind of the birth of the FBI, a little bit more about Hoover and his involvement, kind of what brought it on. It made me sad about, not sad, more than sad. Sad doesn't seem adequate enough, about what happened to the Osage Indian tribe, how they were treated, the prejudices that kind of like it wasn't even worth investigating to some people because they're Indians. Very interesting what the truth was, very interesting what was learned even throughout time. For a nonfiction, definitely recommend it. It reads somewhat, I love nonfictions that read like fictions. It reads somewhat like a fiction. There are a lot of characters to keep straight, so that can be a little complicated, but give it a shot. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. So it was interesting reading both of these books at the same time, just knowing the subject matters, knowing, you know, one was fictional story, one was nonfiction, yet the crossovers that there were, I think it helped that I read them both at the same time. I think I have a better appreciation for both books because of that. It was kind of fun to do. So I have in mind another pair of books that have similar storylines that I might read at the same time. But for now, I'm ready to just read like one book at a time for now. That was a little much. And right before that, I had been reading like 3 books at the same time. So I just want to get through one book right now before I move on. So, comment below, did you enjoy this? Did you kind of like this little journey we went on? Usually I have a little more clips to add into it when I do a vlog like this, but it's been kind of a weird couple of weeks in this house. So yeah, comment below, let me know your thoughts, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time.